All right, I'm coming at y'all with the next one ASAP. Right after I just filmed the last one because I'm going to Electric Forest next week, right? So I want to be able to schedule this one to come out next week. Staying consistent, you know what I'm saying? I'm on it. I'm staying on top. I'm on my way to the top, and when I get there, I'm gonna stay there. You know what I'm saying? So this is the start. You seeing the beginning of the end for the one that is right now. All right, boom. So Monday, heavyweight week from a while ago, right? Coming at y'all with what I was doing and how it progressed me to the next level, which I'm on right now. All right, I beat that level. I'm on the next level now. All right. So if you're trying to level up, I'm gonna let you in on some experience. 2 XP, if you really think about it. I'm giving you that double XP because you got your XP, and now I'm giving you my XP. That's double XP. Boom. Boom. All right, so heavyweight week. This is our heavyweight week, right? Just clue you in real quick. Trying to keep it short, trying to keep y'all's attention. Heavyweight week, lightweight week. Pretty obvious. Lightweight week, I'm doing lightweight for more reps. It's typically kind of more of a bodybuilder, bull, type of lift. Heavyweight week, my favorite week when I'm really grinding. I'm doing like one reps, right, up to a heavy 1 rep, maybe 3 reps. I don't know, it kind of depends how I'm feeling, but typically like 3 reps on most compound major lifts. Squat, bench, deadlift. Bench, I typically do like 3, maybe 5 typically. I don't really do 1 rep benches. It's not really my tea. Same thing with shoulders. I do the one thing that I do a 1 rep on is the circus dumbbell, and that is just because it's more fun to just boom, bop it up there and then kind of like work on the stuff that is stabilizing my shoulder. So, but I'll get to that when I get to that. That is kind of the basis of my thing, right? So we're going to hop in. I'm warming up for squat. This is the Nordic curl machine. It might be something different, but I use Nordic curl. I use it for Nordic curls. It's a nice way to get your hammies warming up, pumped up. It's really nice. It's helped me with this right here, which is the actual Nordic curl. And yeah, it's just a nice way because, again, I've talked about this, but compound movements, major movements, just any movement in general, right? You're going to do that heavy lift, right? And then you're going to do the opposite, the same movement in the opposite direction. You're moving weight with the same movement, but moving the weight in the opposite way 2 times light. That's kind of like my mentality. Or, maybe it's not the exact same movement, but it's some way the same, working those muscles around the big movers, which is the legs, the calves, kind of the hammies, the quads. Just maybe it's the lower back. Maybe I do something like that, right? Maybe I do a back extension or the hamstring. I don't know. It's basically the opposite of the back extension or the Nordic curl, like I'm doing right now with lighter weight, higher reps, juicing it up, right? So that's what I'm doing right here. Just running my little broski over through it. Type, going extra light, heavy weight. Let's keep it going. I don't want to sit here all day. And yeah, so Nordic leg curls into reverse sled pulls. I am doing a little bit too much lately. I've been doing my squats, my warm-up squats, which my first set is typically 1 rep of bar, 1 rep of banded 25s. Then I add 1 or maybe a couple reps with the banded 25s just to warm up. Then I add a 45, 1 rep, maybe 3. Immediately 2 plates, up to 3 plates with the banded 25s. And I think I did it in this. I'll show you. The bands just add buoyancy, right? It's sick. It stabilizes me, gets me ready to hoist a hefty load, which is actually only like 405 plus like 25s, 455 plus it's a Texas squat bar, so I think that's add 10, so 465 maybe, I don't know, but 4 plates in a 25 is what I've gotten up to. Think possibly I've gone maybe like a 2.5. I don't really know. I don't keep track. I just squat the weight. I just get it done and hoist. I push myself as hard as I can, right? But warming up, I've found it really helps to warm up with the weighted band buoyancy. Just nice. I've been able to do it, and honestly, and lately, so yeah, as you can see here, here's the bands. But lately, instead of the sled, because I do the sled pretty often, and I kind of go on the fly. It's kind of what I'm feeling that day. It's either the Nordic curls or the sled, but lately I've been putting in jumping, box jumps, and also starting to jump with the bar for my first couple of sets. Just jumping, really. It's just training myself to be more explosive. That's really been helping. It's been really fun. Whether it's box jumps, jumping as high as I can, or long jumps, or hopping on 1 foot and then trying to jump high with 1 foot. And then, yeah, so this is kind of what I work up to, one after another warm up. This is still my first set right here, and this is where I'm usually getting to. I don't think I'm able to do this without a belt right here, but I am able to. I've worked up to that point now, and yeah, it's just a solid way to warm up with the bands and the weight on there. And you should be moving a little quicker though too to really feel the buoyancy, but it's just in general a solid move. Yeah, I don't think I got that. I'm not sure, but moving on. Yeah, I threw the belt on. Push boy, for real. There's whatever that is. I think it's just the same weight. There's 4 plates, solid. It's just a squat, right? Boom, did it. Looks good, I guess. Oh, went for another one. I think that's just 4 plates. Oh, I'm going for 3. I think I can get 5 in this time. Oh, I'm going for 4. Hey, look at that. Atta boy. Oh, I guess I'm probably going to go for 5. Yep, 5 right there. Like, look at that. 405 for 5. I know a kid that can do like 10 reps, 405. It's pretty good. But, so squat, legs, right? And then I typically am doing an incline dumbbell bench on heavy. Most of my benching on heavyweight week is going to be dumbbells, except I've been recently on Fridays doing a bar, which I'll get into. It's tight, looks good, it's fun. Typically, it's a try. I'll get into it, but dumbbells super solid. I just like doing the. It's just more of a stretch. I've been figuring out ways to make it so that I can have more scapular movement and retraction, because I really hate how limited and limited the bench makes my mobility on the bench. But it is the bench, so I guess whatever. But I really like a push-up, and if I can get the same mobility into a weighted movement that is the same mobility as a push-up, if you catch what I'm saying, that's my quest right now, is figuring that out. But this right here is probably the best fly I've ever done. I went to Germany recently, and as much as I hate machines, I hopped on this chest fly machine. It's the Clone Gym Training Slager. Shout out them, super cool guys. And I think you probably, Eric Bugenhagen put me onto them. So I obviously, when I was in Germany, I had to go check that shit out because it looked super sick. But they had a chest fly machine where instead of it being your hands holding it, it was your elbows, your forearms, you could say. And there was roller pads, so that when you pushed, when you got up there, you could get that full peak contraction, and it was super tight, super sick. And I've been trying to figure out how to do that in a place that doesn't have that machine. And what I've come to find, possibly an even better pump stretch movement just work is going into a squat rack, taking the safeties or taking the catches. Hopefully you have a catch on both sides. Taking those, putting a band around the catch, usually the handle, as you can see here, this handle right on the catch, putting bands around that on the exterior of the squat rack, getting a bench or this hip thrust pad on top of two other, I've been starting to just do one other slam pad thing, I don't know, big red fat pad, I don't know, whatever, a bench will work, and taking some very light dumbbells, typically like 15, 20, and getting that full stretch at the bottom, right? That dumbbell, only a dumbbell fly can get you, right? And then you're pushing, as you're pushing up, your hands catch on the bands that are stretched out to the side and are slowly intensifying the resistance of the contraction in the middle. And bro, the squeeze being, because that's what dumbbell fly lacks, is the squeeze at the top, right? Because you're just pushing it up. It's just kind of like, it's just there, right? But having that band resistance on the squeeze, oh my goodness, bro. I've never felt such a sickening, juicy, just thickness flowing through my chesticles ever before in my life. And then, you do 10 some odd little reps of that, right? Really, boom, just really, because once again, typically, if you can get it right, the band will be on your elbows. So your arm, right? If I can show you, is like this at the bottom, right? So you're coming up, still bent at the elbow, and then as you catch the bands, you can start to straighten your arm, and boom, bro. If you're coming up right here and your hands touch, and then you straighten, it's a nut, bro, for your chest. I swear, dude, you gotta try it if you can. If you have the ability to make that happen, you gotta try it. All right, because then, like I was talking about, you drop the weights, boom, you grab the bands kind of like this, right, and you squeeze, you clap, you get just the squeeze. You don't get the stretch. You get just the squeeze, and just rep it out. You just pump that out. Oh my goodness! And then you just squeeze it together, hold it. Oh my goodness, bro! The best of the best. And I've actually been starting to do that on Wednesday, which is my more so chest day. But I just want to I'm glad that I was able to show it to you here, even though it's on a Monday. Oh my goodness, dude, so sick. And I don't know if it's gonna show you the benching I've been doing, but it's basically dumbbell incline, right? And then I've just been going band crazy, dog. Bands that make you dance, bands make me dance, right? Band crazy ever since I got my bands. And what I originally started doing was, I believe, putting a couple like 100 some odd, 150 pound dumbbells, stabilizing them somehow, however you want. If you have like flip flops and you put them there, you wrap the bands around the handle of the dumbbell, putting like a flip flop so that it doesn't pull towards you, and then you make it so that the bands are pulling down when you're up here, right? So you're up here, bands are pulling down and away from you, kind of how I was talking about I have videos of this on my Instagram if you just take a look at that. But the band is pulling away from you, down, lighten up, really making your upper chest light up and really push through, right? And just stay engaged. And then you're doing like 10 reps of that, and then once again dropping the dumbbells. One of the best use cases of a band is a drop set. You drop the dumbbells, and then you're doing basically front, I don't know what it is, a lat raise, I guess, front lat raise with the bands. Oh my goodness. And then I've never been able to work my upper chest so well, and that's something that I've kept working in to my program, right? That's something that I keep doing. And lately I've been starting to warm up with these weighted balls. It's like an 80 kilo kettlebell. I don't know, super sick. And you just push it, and then you can kind of alternate sides. Super nice. I don't know what was going on here though. I thought for sure maybe I just got super tired and didn't, maybe I just went too hard on the squat that day because I was trying to show off. Didn't have enough time, and I just ended up having to do this chest fly thing. But typically, I'm doing an incline dumbbell press, right, with some other shoulder stuff. Typically this, typically that, with a band once again maybe, or maybe I'm doing it with a ball where I go on the preacher curl machine, flat side, going like this, boom, boom, bringing the ball up, kind of to a horizontal plane with my shoulder, right? And then I, boom, come up here, horizontal to vertical, right? So, that is, and I guess it would be a vertical plane right here. So I'm pulling it up vertically, right? And then I'm pulling it up from a horizontal. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I've been doing. Hopefully I can start making videos again, but to be completely honest, making videos suck. I don't like taking the time to talk to anyone in the gym, much less setting up a camera in the gym. Because I'm just in the zone, I'm getting it done, I'm just creating things. I'm creating real life, right? I don't create YouTube, I create real life. That's what I be doing. I'm just trying to let you all in on the creations I have in real life by creating these videos on YouTube, right? This isn't my first priority, but I'm trying to make it one of them, all right? So, hopefully y'all got something out of that. Appreciate y'all watching. Love y'all. Bless y'all. Bang, bang.